Hello, and thanks for tuning in. As always, this is Reverend JR, and today we're going to discuss a topic that was first brought up by this gentleman here, Raw Man.
So if you was kidnapped and locked in a small container or shed of some sort, and you was told you could only get a handful of games as entertainment for your time in here, you're there, what would you choose? What would your wish list of games be? So I'm not saying my current circumstances are kidnapped in a shed.
But yeah, the top 5 games, if I was going to have to take only 5 with me, and I was washed away on an island, or kidnapped or something, which ones would I want to have? And that's what we're going to do here. We're going to discuss my top 5 games that I would play for the rest of time if they were the only ones that I could play. So, much like Philly D, let's just jump into it.
How to be...
Hello, 47.
So definitely right out the gate, my first pick is gonna be the Hitman series, specifically Blood Money. Contracts was technically a better game, but Blood Money is by far more fun and more visually appealing. The Hitman series offers you a game with almost infinite replayability. You can decide different equipment to take with you, you can decide different takedown methods, you can decide to be stealthy or just go all out with your machine guns. It's a lot of fun to creep around and do stuff and subterfuge and be engaged in espionage and that sort of thing. It's got a really solid storyline that all ties together well at the end, and the ending is pretty slick also, not going to give that away. That's a spoiler, even though this game is 13 years old, and that's why I'm picking it, because even after 13 years, it still has a lot of fun left in it. If you haven't checked this out, maybe you should, especially if you're going to be stuck in a cabin for the rest of your life. Then we have that perpetual favorite, Fallout New Vegas. Everyone should know already why this game is addictive. It also has tons of replayability, because you can pick literally any kind of character you want and make it the embodiment of your character. There's also really good modding engines for it, so that you can customize your weapons and armor and so on. There's a massive community of modders, so you'll never be without some new way to update the game and fix all the bugs that exist in it, most of the time. And overall, it's got a really solid story, and no 2 playthroughs are ever going to be the same because there's so much to do. Also, the art style and the visual narrative are really compelling. Just take a look around the strip here, and remember that this game has been out for over a decade also, and it still looks this nice, even though sometimes it can be really buggy. So the next game is going to be Diablo II. That's right, Diablo 1 was fun, but it's not quite as replayable as Diablo 2. The graphics are quite a bit dated compared to today, but the gameplay itself is solid and a lot less glitchy than any Bethesda game. There's all sorts of things you can do here, tons of equipment to find, most of it is unique over time and randomly generated. This is one of the first procedurally generated games also. So take that, Minecraft!
What's up, fellow Minecrafters? God damn it.
But I like to play as the Necromancer, because it's really fun to have minions go around do your bidding, and to make them from the things you've already destroyed and conquered. The storyline, everyone knows what it is. You're trying to destroy Diablo. That's kind of the point. You use your magics, the voice acting is legendary, so stay a while and listen. Grand Theft Auto 5 is one of the best games of the past decade as far as open world stuff goes, and that's kind of what I enjoy. The online experience is complete garbage because Rockstar won't clean it up, but if you're playing just kind of on your own, it's actually a really fun game, tons of stuff to do. I like the driving and flying mechanics myself, But of course, all the forms of gameplay you can get up to here are a lot of fun, and since you'll be kidnapped in a shed forever, you won't have to worry about the nasty online stuff, where people cheat and mod and make it so you can't actually play in the servers, and Rockstar makes it so you can't do anything about it. But with that said, the single player stuff that you can get engaged in is pretty neat, and there's tons of stuff that can be added in, so the person who kidnaps you can bring you all the updates and mods you want without giving you access to the outside world. Anyway, that's my top 4 games that I would pick if I had to pick 4 games to be stuck with for the rest of eternity. I realize Rawman picked a different number, but I'm not Rawman, so I'm doing whatever number I want. If you enjoyed this, please be sure to click that like button. Leave a comment down below. Let me know, what are some of your favorite games that you couldn't live without, if it's all you had to do for the rest of your life? Share this video around, because you're definitely not kidnapped, and you definitely still have internet access if you're watching it. Be sure to check out the links to my Patreon and stuff down below. My patrons are up on the screen right now. And as always, this has been Reverend JR, signing off.